What happened just now?
It's going live.
Oh, you hit go live?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, there we go. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think we're on.
We should be live.
Yep, we got, okay. And I can see the comments from over here if the comments come in.
Awesome. All right, let's give people a few minutes to get on here.
Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome to Wealth Building Wednesday.
All right, all right, all right.
Okay. We'll
Let's
give
see.
everyone a second to get on here.
Yeah, we'll just give a couple of people a minute to get on. We got our little technical difficulties. Hopefully we got it worked out this week.
We do.
So we just want to try to
positive mindset.
Like I said,
we're worked out.
Absolutely. We're working it out. All right, let's see. All right, we got Lisa George on.
Hey, Lisa.
What's happening, Lisa?
How's it going? Thanks for coming on and joining us.
All right.
That's fam.
Yeah.
Love family.
I even had to put on my glasses today because I had to try to make sure that I see everything that's going on here. So
we had this discussion before. Yes.
Well, honestly, I do
40.
not.
Welcome to the 40-40 club.
I'm disappearing. See, if I take my glasses off, I might just disappear. But anyway, I'm gonna keep them on for right now. All right. So how's everybody doing? We're looking all right. Lisa's over here laughing at us. It's all good. It's all good.
We're having a good old time. It's just gonna be like you're in the living room with us.
That's right.
This is not my living room though, just in case you didn't know. That's why Curtis may disappear from time to time.
No, I just went to the kitchen to get something to eat. What are you talking about? That is our living room. Let everybody think that they want to believe that's our living room. That is our living room.
Welcome to our virtual living room.
Absolutely. We live in a virtual world now. That's what it seems like.
Yes, yes.
Well, we're starting to build up a few people on here. I see a couple of people on, even though I can't see exactly who is on. I don't know why that is. But like I said, you got to just give us a little time. We're trying to work all of this. We haven't done it, this way live versus it's easy just to do a Zoom meeting and have a bunch of people on. But this live to Facebook and then there's a delay. So it kind of throws us off a little bit. But we're going to, like I said, we're going to get this thing right here. It's real soon.
Yes, yes.
All right, we got Judy on.
Hey, Judy.
She said, "What's up, peeps?"
Thanks for joining us. We're gonna have fun today.
Absolutely, because we definitely want everyone to have a mindset of building wealth. That's what this is all about. It's about being interactive and having the conversation. A lot of times people don't talk about money. So that's kind of the reason why they don't have any is because they don't talk about it. They don't educate themselves on it. So we're just going to try to help impart the little bit of wisdom that we have. Again, we're not all of that, but we're definitely doing our best at, setting up and establishing wealth for the generations to come. And that's what it's really about. It's about generational wealth.
And we are not financial advisors.
That's our disclaimer. So if I tell you about a stock to invest in and that stock doesn't go up and it goes down, you cannot blame me. Don't call me up asking me, hey, listen, you told me to go buy this stock and I went and bought it. And the next thing I know, I'm losing, $100,000. So it's not my fault.
It ain't my fault. We need to have some theme music. We're going to get there where we get some theme music coming in because, after a long day, you want to get in the mood to have some fun, right? So This is not going to be a stuffy conversation. It's just
Mm-hmm.
going to be real. We ask you, if you have questions, please put it in the chat box. If you don't want to, if you're not on the Zoom call, if you're not on the Zoom call, put it in the chat box. If
Mm-hmm.
you are on the Zoom call, you can either put it on the chat box, or you can actually start your video and start talking. So we are going to get started. We can't keep waiting, for anyone that's going to join late. So
Mm-hmm.
let's do a little recap.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our second one, and I'm
Yes,
excited.
I'm
I'm
always excited. You keep me excited.
Oh, there you go. Don't this is not this is children, watch this show. You disappearing again because you're acting up. You're acting up.
All right, I'm gonna stay up front. Okay.
So we're gonna recap on those of you that didn't see it last week, and we talked a lot about our stages of what we went through. We talked about our 20s, our first impression of what. Let's go back. We talked about our first impression of money.
Yeah. What is money to you? What does money mean to you? What does wealth mean to you?
Right. Not even what necessarily was wealth,
Mm-hmm.
but what was your first encounter
With money.
with money? Was
Mm-hmm.
it good? Was it bad? What was the history of your money? Did your parents have a lot? Did they have a little? Did they save? Were they business owners? All of that will actually make a difference in your money habits.
Mm-hmm.
So in it last week we talked about money habits. We talked about what we did in our teens, how we handled money, and in our 20s, what happened there. We were pretty successful, bought some properties, so we were pretty, for 20 we did pretty good,
I think
right?
so. Yeah.
So in our 30s we kind of lost it all.
Well, in our later 30s.
In our later 30s,
Mm-hmm.
we kind of lost it all.
Mm-hmm.
Call it confidence, call it ignorance, not knowing,
Mm-hmm.
call it just society. The world kind of turned upside down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It was a little bit of that, and it was. I mean, some of the things we just did because we didn't know. I mean, when you know better, you do better.
Absolutely. And what we didn't get into was our 40s. So our 40s was a complete kind of turnaround with some grace that we had. And I have to look up because it was only God's grace that allowed us to land in a position where we were then able to reestablish ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So now, as we're approaching our 50s, we're confident and probably even in a better place, I would say, than in our 20s. Well, I know we're in a better place than we were in our 20s.
I would hope so.
Yeah, but at one point the world felt like it was sinking and collapsing.
Mm-hmm.
So our friends, family, a couple of people knew about that, but we were in it. And can I get an amen for anybody that was in it? I told Curtis, don't get on here preaching, and there I go.
There you go.
Okay, so
mm-hmm.
So we talked about learning some lessons, mm-hmm. right? And we also talked about which is going to kind of lead us into this conversation. Our main topic was about developing mindset.
Absolutely. Because that's where it all starts. It all starts with the mindset, mm-hmm. educating yourself, reading books and just taking in all of the knowledge that you need for the thing that you want. I keep disappearing. It looks like it doesn't look like I'm disappearing on the other side though. So we all good.
Posture.
Okay. I'm gonna sit up. I'm trying to sit back here. Yeah. But, definitely reading the fundamental books, like last week we mentioned, what was it? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We mentioned a couple of other good books.
The
One Thing. I don't think we mentioned it last week, but definitely The One Thing. That's something, like I said, I mean, I still struggle. So that's why I said, we're no financial gurus, but we have worked, very hard to get to where we are. And we have established some wealth and are still building and, And that's where we want to help others build as well.
Absolutely. And also, we talked about podcasts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, podcast is a great way to continue the conversation when there's no one there. It's like, okay, you can continually hear the conversation about money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Money Girl is something that I listen to at a podcast, and also The One Thing, I listen to that. And there are a host of others that I talked about last week as well. Um, and, I want to touch briefly about affirmations,
Mm-hmm.
because it wasn't until I was 40 did I start
30s.
really, not really, I wasn't
No.
really consistent.
Okay.
So until I was 40 was when I really started focusing on my mindset, how I feel about myself. And those things really helped me getting into waking up in the morning and having on your mirror the fact that I am beautiful, I am smart,
Mm-hmm.
I can accomplish anything I want to.
Mm-hmm.
There are people out there that are looking forward to hear from me today. Things like that, those are affirmations. And the other day, my daughter Madison actually said to me, this was her affirmation. She doesn't know I'm telling you this, so. But she said, in our affirmations, because we do it in the mornings, she goes, Matt, I am a money magnet. I am a happiness magnet. So that means happiness and money are attracted to me.
Mm-hmm.
That made me feel good to know that she's now doing the things that I didn't learn to do until I was in my 40s.
Mm-hmm. And she's not even 20 yet.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. So mindset.
All right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And when you have to trust yourself, I mean, that's one of the biggest things too. Is when it comes to developing wealth, and I believe you have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is really going to believe in you. We have all of these crazy ideas sometimes, but sometimes it'll seem crazy to other people. But you have to continue, I believe, is just to kind of push past that and let those people that, because you're gonna always have some haters, and so but you got to let those haters become your motivator. I mean, it's very cliche, but it's the truth when it comes to developing wealth and living a successful life.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And just to reiterate, these are 10 principles
Mm-hmm.
that we're talking to you about. So the third principle is know your self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what can I say? I wanted to tackle this one because I feel like I did not know my self-worth until later on. And this is personally, it's just, as a little Black girl growing up in the Bronx, my mindset was completely different. I now hear people say to me, wow, you sure have grown.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe the reason why is because I know my self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
No one can tell me how much. You can't put a price on this.
No, she is priceless.
I'm priceless. So you can't put a price on this because I now know my self-worth, which I did not know in my teens, 20s, and struggled with a little bit in my 30s, to be perfectly honest, excuse
Mm-hmm.
me. But I now know my self-worth. So I encourage you to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Right. And back to what I was saying earlier about trusting yourself. I mean, you definitely have to know your self-worth. And part of knowing your self-worth is really trusting and believing in yourself. And you have to be willing to take a risk. So, there's certain opportunities that may seem, like I said before, things about sounding real crazy, but you don't know until you get involved in it. So, but you need to educate yourself as well. I'm not saying just go out there blindly and get into something, but at least don't be scared of opportunity. Look at opportunities, and if it's something that you're looking to build from, then go for it. Think big. That's my thing. My thing has always been think big. You got to think outside the box. Don't let anybody put you inside a box. Think big.
Okay, now now you stepping on my toes. You're
Uh-oh.
talking about my subject now,
Uh-oh.
thinking big. so just giving you a little insight here. I'm a huge believer in the vision board.
Mm. Oh, see you jumping. You jumped over
How I
because
jumped over?
because that was dream big is where
Oh,
see,
okay.
just because I see you was just thinking big. You was thinking big, and you heard the word big, and you like, hold up, that's my area.
That's my area. Grand, big, dream. So.
And well, the next thing I was gonna say was talking about acting on your intentions as well. Practice what you want to become. So whatever it is, so whether it be, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what your dreams are, but I could tell you what some of mine were. When I first got into the elevator industry, I was one of the, honestly, nobody really knew of too many Black African American elevator mechanics when I was
still don't.
when I was coming up. No,
Truth be told, there's not that much out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't say I was the first. That's for sure.
No.
Because there was a lot more people in the industry when I got in it. But the percentage that that there was for the career that I had chose early on, right out of high school, I got a really good job. Making at that time, starting out probably making like 10, 15 bucks an hour, just starting out. And when I left the elevator industry, I think I was probably making somewhere along the lines of about $45, $50 an hour. So, it was definitely a great start to my career, and to help give me that platform to build on. And that's what a lot of people need. They need something to help establish themselves. And that's where the dream concept comes in, where you were saying about envisioning it. And
I could talk about my dream in that.
Yes, because I was about to run on, so I knew I was stepping in your territory, so I was going to let you have your territory.
Okay, let's talk about dreaming big. Like I said, let's talk about that vision board. There is someone that I met the other day, and I won't name her name on here, and she wants to pursue a real estate career. Mm-hmm. And I gave her some homework. Mm-hmm. And that homework was to start a vision board. I said, get some paper and get some things that you love, or, just some anything, that have pictures, some places you want to go, the car you want to have, and sit there and cut it out and put it on a board. And then after you finish cutting it out and putting it on the board, then I want you to look at that every day, put it in a place where you can see it every day. Because let me tell you something about that vision board. It works. The first time I did it, it was a recommendation, I think, from Oprah. She had said, that's my girl, by the way, but she had said to put your vision board on your computer, and she gave a little create your own vision board kind of thing. So I put it on the computer, and one of the things I put on the computer was my dream car, which was a BMW, white BMW, tanned inside of it. Curtis did not see that vision board.
No, I didn't.
Okay. But one day he wanted to gift me a beautiful gift, because he had done very well in his investments, and he wanted to gift me a beautiful gift. And that was the car on my vision board. So that alone can tell you that it's the power of the mindset. It will lead you into the things that you want and you desire. Also, Deshaun's college, I had put that on my vision board. I put that he was going to get a scholarship, and he did.
Who's Deshaun?
Deshaun is my son. I'm talking like I know you.
I'm
Deshaun
like,
is my son.
okay.
What do you-
I think I don't know if everybody out there knows who Deshaun is or what Deshaun has done, but
Well, really briefly, he got a scholarship to, that's our son, and he got a scholarship to Temple University, and I put that on my vision board. So,
and he had it on his vision board. So
and he had it on his vision board, yes.
absolutely.
So the power of mindset, dreaming big,
Mm-hmm.
is the way to do it. Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, we could stay right there for a really long period of time. I don't know where we're at with time yet because we're trying to keep.
Do that.
Okay, we're not. We're definitely not going to do that.
Come back.
We'll come back. But I just wanted to kind of expand on what you were saying too a little bit because when you envision something. Oh, okay. I keep disappearing, so I don't know. We got this virtual background, and if I move a certain way, it kind of just I vanish. So I'm gonna try to stay in focus. But as I was saying, when you envision something, I think that speaks power because I'm like she told me don't get on here and start preaching, but there's a part of the Bible that tells us to have your vision, write it down and make it plain. So it's a lot of power in that. I think I'm a person who I don't write everything down, but I keep a lot of things around me. That's why like I made a little video in my office yesterday and my wife can't, and then I looked at the video, you can't even see the stuff in my office. You just see the background. But in my office, I have a lot of memorabilia. I got so much stuff in there, but everything is that is like my living vision board because there are things in there that remind.
It lives.
there are things in my office that always remind me of something. It reminds me of where I'm headed, where I started at, and also where I'm going and what I'm looking to do. So that is definitely a major factor is dreaming big and having that vision board and making it plain. And
absolutely.
Okay.
So one thing I have to say, Loyalty said self-worth and trusting yourself. Think big, self-worth and trusting yourself. Absolutely. That's what you have to do. Those are, if you don't take anything away from this conversation today, take that piece right there. And Lisa said, you love your Oprah. Sure do.
Yes,
sure
she
do.
She,
I traveled. Where did we travel to go see Oprah? Okay,
that's adequate. Anyway, the next number 6 that I had on the list was being committed to your career.
Absolutely.
And when I say be committed to it, when you're committed, people take notice of what you do. So that vision that you have, if you're constantly working at it, so people are definitely taking note, and there are people that are willing to invest in your idea. If they see that you're giving all you got and you're giving a great effort, trust me, there are people that are watching that are like, listen, I see what they're doing and I can help, I can assist. So that's why I'm telling you, being committed to what it is that you want to do, it pays off in multitudes. It pays off in multitudes.
Absolutely. And Judy corrected us on that. It was Miami. Yep.
Went to Miami. Oh, yes. We went to Miami.
Okay. Hey, Becky, how are you? Glad to see you on the call. And Rudy, good to see you as well on the call. I'm so glad you're watching. Rudy actually, he is an investor and he's a very good one. So we're going to have Rudy on the call one day and for him to kind of talk about what he does and, where his success lies as well. It's definitely is in his family because his family is beautiful. But his success also lies financially as well. All right. There's everybody on this call.
Network. and focus on your plans. Absolutely, Rudy.
Great advice. Thank you so much. Great advice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so am I doing Find Your Drive?
Yes, that was that. I mean, you can start that one off. Go ahead.
Okay, so as everyone knows, my drive, well, I don't know if everyone knows it, but my drive for me is my family.
Mm.
I do like things, nice things, I have to admit. I don't um if if I really like something, I'm going to work hard to get it, it but however, that's not my number one goal.
Mm-hmm.
My number one goal is my big why is my family, seeing them happy, seeing us vacation, enjoying the time together because I don't take time for granted. I don't take life for granted. And I love to see them just enjoy. That's the big why for me. So I work hard because I want us to play hard. I don't like to say when we go on vacation, nope, can't do that. That's too much money. I used to say that when they were younger. Now I say, what you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Let me know what you want to do. Let's put it on there because I know.
Put it on that vision board.
This.
Put it on that vision board.
No, but I like to go on vacation and say, what do you want to eat? Let's go do it. And I can't do that unless I can afford to do that, or else I'm going to come back and cry about the bills that we spent.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Sure.
you want to expand on that?
What? Finding your why. That's where you were at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like you said, it's beyond just getting rich and doing things for yourself. It's about enjoying, and wow, I can't really expand anymore on that because
okay, let's go on to next.
Yeah, because my why is definitely my family. I mean that's the reason why I do what I do, and the reason why we both work very hard to attain the wealth that we have and to get to the positions that we are in. So we're very grateful, and it always comes from a place of gratitude and giving. So
yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I'm glad you said that because it's just not about the family as well,
mm-hmm.
because the path to wealth is giving.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot to do with it. Judy actually is a giver for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Judy will give you the clothes off of her back. And she got a lot of clothes, but she's just a giver. That's who she is.
Mm-hmm.
And I admire people like that. They stay wealthy. So big why doesn't necessarily have to be your family. Listen, you could have a big why, little why, meaning maybe your big why is being able to rent a jet
mm-hmm.
or buy a jet. That's not selfish.
Mm-hmm. No,
it's just why.
If you're going to use it to fly, pick me up. Just call me at the airport. When you go to buy your jet, just remember, well, forget the jet. I'd rather you buy a yacht because I'm looking for somebody to have a yacht that I can go and sit out and cruise on, and that'll be the perfect thing. But
right.
And one of the other key principles that we were going to discuss was enjoying figuring things out. Really just dig into the thing that you love to do. If it all right, I can't think of your examples, but I can give you an example from when I got into construction. I have every magazine, every book there is about building something, or whatever it is that I got involved with, I would dive in and get all the information so I knew exactly what it was that I was getting myself into. So I would have some idea, learning the basic fundamentals and concepts of whatever it is that you're looking to do. I think that's one of the biggest things is and when you go through that process, it makes you more knowledgeable. With figuring things out, you learn to respect the process. and you'll appreciate. You will definitely appreciate the knowledge that you gain from it. And when you gain knowledge, trust me, the wealth is coming along with it.
Yes. And I mean, he had books. We still got those books in his office right now. His that office. One day we should do a video in that office.
No, we will not do that.
Hi, Tracy. How's it going? Thank you for joining us on the call. And Stephen, thank you so much for joining us on the call. Okay, so here we go.
We got somebody else that just came on. Okay,
yes.
So we got, all right, we got Ruben. Ruben just came in. All right, this is one of our financial consultants that just joined in on the Zoom. He is, I don't even know what to say about this guy. I'm gonna have to let him introduce himself because we're gonna let you have a second, Ruben.
How's everybody doing? I'm Ruben Hill. I work with Prudential Financial and just picked the boys up from soccer, so I'm running. When people ask me what I do, I usually reply, I help people try not to run out of money before they leave this earth when they retire. So
okay.
We help folks with investment accounts, IRAs, Roth IRAs, life insurance. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well
okay,
Ruben,
I got to go back.
You got everybody, and then we got our financial consultant on here. He's one of the people, and then this guy, he's walking around. He's just, I guess he's showing off his house for us right now.
No, I guess my wife just told me to go back in the room, so I was making too much noise.
I told you guys that this was gonna be fun and interactive. You just never know what is gonna happen when you come and get on the Grimes Group Wealth Building. You just never know what's gonna happen because we have all kind of people that we know. So we're glad to have Ruben on here. But go ahead, Ruben. Please continue to share with the people.
No, I just try to make sure or help folks do the right things with money. It's just like you guys with real estate. Everybody has an idea of what to do. They don't necessarily know all the little nuances. So I just try to make sure that I can give folks good advice, educate them throughout the process. And it's not really about me and what I know. It's about what happens when we get together and what we can learn from one another. Mm-hmm. Because I really, like a lot of people tell me, well, what should I do? Or how can I improve my situation? Well, typically I have to sit down and have a conversation with folks to learn what they're doing, what their bills are, where they're spending their money, what they have in terms of emergency funds, because that's the most important thing. Mm-hmm. If we start an investment plan and you're putting 100, 200, 300, how many ever dollars a month, but if you bust a tire or your refrigerator goes out and you got to call me for that money, I really didn't help you. So I want to make sure that you have the wherewithal to withstand any emergencies, make sure your family's cared for, have that emergency fund, and then that's the way to start and we can build from there. So you have some folks I have clients that have never made more than $50,000 a year and are retired very comfortably. I have clients that make six figures and can't afford $40 a month for life insurance. Mm-hmm. So it all really is not about what you make, it's about what you keep. So
that's great advice.
You got to have the right habits.
Mm-hmm. And actually, Ruben, we want to have you on one day and just talk about the process, okay. And have people ask questions about building wealth, because I've had a few friends call me in this last week, actually asking me about building wealth. And I told them that you will be on one of the calls. So Ruben is really down to earth, you guys. Nice guy, great family, and we enjoy working with him. Mm-hmm. And I feel that,
listen, if I let him invest some of my money, he's got to be trustworthy. So trust me, I trust this guy Probably as far as I can throw them, but
I should have earned your trust that first day helping you guys move, man. So
that's
I figured
it.
I was in
That's
from
it.
that day on, buddy.
He
Because I was
gave,
over there, I'm like, why am I helping them move? Like,
Because we needed it. That was
Yeah,
our 30 story.
and look where we are now. So that's
Where
a
we
blessing.
are now.
absolutely.
So yes, Judy said, fun is better than boring when talking about money. That is so true. So
Absolutely.
you brought some entertainment here.
Absolutely.
I said we're entertaining the people a little bit, but the thing is, our main goal is to empower, inspire, and enrich people so that they'll know how to, go about developing and building wealth.
Right. It's habits, and it's. I don't know if anybody remembers the movie What About Bob? That's one of my favorite movies, but it's baby steps. A lot of times, if you can only save $50 a month, that's okay. You put away $50 a month. What happens is just like working out. If you get that walk going, probably about that third week, or you going to the gym, probably about that third week, that's when you start to see results. The same with saving money. You start to see that balance go up in your savings account or the retirement account. And then you start looking around, you start finding ways to save a little bit more. So it's really where you start is the most important thing, because from there, you're going to kind of coach yourself along the way. And then if you need a little pickup from me from time to time, nothing wrong with that. But when you start seeing those balances grow, you start seeing those muscles build in your body, and you start seeing that belly go down. You get to a point where you're like, hey, I can do this, and it starts to feel good. So it's little by little, you'll go far.
Just said couples have to be on the same page. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yes. So we're going to finish up.
Yeah, we're going to kind of close this out because I think we're past that little half-hour mark. We were trying to keep it right under a half hour. I think we're a couple of minutes past it. But Ruben, we definitely thank you. And we will put up your information on the Facebook page and everything. So if anybody wants to reach out and contact you as well, they'll be able to get to you directly. Or they could just reach out to us, inbox us, and we'll give your information.
Call me anytime.
Anytime.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Good seeing you, man.
Now I got Bible class in a few minutes. I got to do a little homework. So next week I shouldn't be late, but this week I had to pick the boys up from practice, and they got the first game is tomorrow. So coach didn't let them go till way late. So okay. I apologize.
No
problem, man. No problem. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much. Have a great Bible study.
You guys too. Have a good evening.
All right.
Bye-bye.
So we're going to talk about 8 and 9. 9 and 10.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What was it? Perfecting your craft.
Perfecting your craft.
Mm-hmm. And within perfecting your craft, what we were saying about that, what I was mentioning when I said perfect your craft, is having that desire, having the dedication and the determination, and staying driven. You have to stay driven, to continue to aspire to be what it is that you're looking to be. And we were going to close it out with developing grit. Mm-hmm. Having the faith and strength to be persistent when you encounter the no factor. And I'll tell you one thing, since I got on this side of the real estate business, you encounter a lot of no's before you get to some yeses. But you know what? You have to have that grit. You have to have that wherewithal strength that, you know what? People, it's something that we did in Bold. And when we make phone calls and we say they're home, they're happy, and they want to speak to me, so it's kind of that affirmation, and you have to have that affirmation. You have to affirm yourself, and you have to really believe within yourself. That's where it all begins. The mindset and believing within yourself, and you can conquer anything with that.
Absolutely. And, when Curtis put develop grit, I had, I didn't finish reading it, but there's a book that I had started reading, and it's called Grit by Angela Duckworth.
Mm-hmm.
It is very impactful. It's powerful. If you do have some time, which we all have some spare time, if we do have some time, please check it out. It's a great book that you can read. So we hopefully with every call here, we give you something, some piece,
some little nugget. All you need is, that's all it takes.
It could be a 45 minute conversation. And if you got one thing from that 45-minute or 30-minute conversation, then you are golden. So we hope that you take away something. We're always looking to give. We're going to start giving away little books here and there also. So keep posted, keep looking out, see what we're offering. And it's because we want to grow a society, because we can't do it alone. Right. So we want to be in a society that we are doers and not complainers. Okay. So we don't want to complain about anything. We want to be able to be productive. And that's that. Hopefully we're giving you something as part of your 45 minutes, because I know time is very valuable. Thank you so much for joining us today. Are there any closing things that you have to say before we let these people go? Feel like they in class.
Just stay the course. Oh, I know what we didn't do. And I really meant to do that in the very beginning, but I guess, no time is better than the present. To all of the veterans, if there's any veterans out there, today is Veterans Day.
Yes.
And we just would like to thank you for your service to this country. We definitely appreciate the protection that is given to us that a lot of people overlook and they don't even think about. I know me and my younger sister were having a conversation about something. People say what goes on behind the scenes, like this is going on, but there are a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that we have protections that we don't even see. So, and I know that our people, our service people, are some of those people that are in those positions to protect us and watch over us and give us the ability to, they assist in that ability to gain wealth because they're protecting the country, protecting this nation, protecting everything that, that the Constitution that we believe in. So, and we definitely want to just take a moment and thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your service.
Thank you very much for your service. I can tell you one thing about Veterans Day. I remember that we hosted an event and I said, this was a while back, and I said, Happy Veterans Day. And I will never make that mistake again, because the veteran said to me, there's nothing happy about that day.
No,
there's a Memorial Day.
That's Memorial Day. That was Memorial Day.
But it's still, thinking about your veteran and you've sacrificed your time, sacrificed your family, sacrificed, a lot. What are we doing for our veterans? How are we helping them, come back, from combat? How are we helping them? So we need to consider when that there's someone in your family or a friend or someone you don't know that's a veteran. If at any time you see them struggling, we need to help them.
Absolutely.
Plain and simple. So just wanted to say that. And yes, and Judy said, thank you. We wives and children go through the process as well, being the soldiers' spouses. Absolutely. Sacrificing of yourselves as well. So just wanted to say thank you for serving our veterans. We salute you. Thank you so much. And listen, have a great night, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the conversation about wealth, episode 2. Next week, we'll be here again.
All right.
And we'll be waiting for you, okay? So looks like we got more people later on in the evening. So we'll do it later on in the evening.
Yeah, I think we're going to try to keep this time set. We're just trying to find the time. And like I said, we're working out the kinks and everything right now. So be a little patient with us. But we definitely have a little something to impart into you guys. And I'm sure that there's plenty of people out there that have something to impart back into us. So it's we're coming from giving, and we want to give. And, when you give, you receive. So
Absolutely.
So we just thank you. We thank you all for your time, listening to us this evening. And
thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Be blessed.